Hi, welcome to A&B Jukebox Repair, your one-stop source for rowe jukebox repair service and replacement parts. We also want to welcome you to our jukebox repair video series, You Can Do It. And truly, you can do this task we're going to be doing today. My name is Bruce Wentworth, and I'm going to be your instructor today. Today's session is going to be on resetting the gripper arm. Now, the mechanisms on the rowe record jukeboxes models R84 through R94 are covered under this video today, and also all the CD mechanisms. So you're talking about 21 years of jukebox models are covered under this procedure we're going to be doing today. Both the record and CD jukeboxes have a gripper arm. This is the gripper arm here. Okay? But what happens is when you get an interruption in power, let's just say you shut the jukebox off before you rejected the record or CD, and the record or CD is still sitting on the mechanism. I'm going to just show you this here like this. Okay, and the power was shut off for some reason. Sometimes when you turn it on, it doesn't know where it is. Especially if it was in the middle of the cycle, it didn't go all the way down. So what happens then is you can try coming to the mechanism and pushing the cancel button. Okay, and if it doesn't reject the record on its own by doing that, you have to manually reset the gripper arm. And that's what the procedure is today, resetting the gripper arm. And this is for both the record mechanisms for models R84 through R94, and also the CD mechanisms. So again, you have about 21 years that you're going to be covering. First of all, let's go where is the cam switch motor. I'm going to grab one here and I'm going to point to the mechanism. This is the cam switch motor assembly. Okay, as you can see, it has the motor up here. Okay, it has the center here. This is like an electric brake. I call it an armature with a centering pin. Sometimes when I talk to you on the phone, I ask you to go to the centering pin and see if it's pulled out or pulled in. When current is sent to the motor, this pulls in. And what it is, and then the motor will start moving at a certain speed depending on what voltage is going to the motor. This is an AC motor. It's 28 volts AC. Down here, this is called a switch cam. This is what rotates around and turns and goes up against. This is called a switch actuator. This is an actuator, and this is the switch. If you took a closer look, okay, now these switch cams are either white or blue. There's a blue one and there's a white one, okay? So the record ones mostly have white ones, and the CD machines, a lot of them have blue ones. But you can see it's the same part, okay? The switches are the same also. Sometimes they're red and sometimes they're black. There's the two different switches, okay? As you can see, the thing in the back, this is the actual on-off switch on the switch itself, on-off. And this metal piece here is the actuator, which comes down and pushes on the back of that switch. Okay, when it pushes down, and that either opens or closes the current. Okay, so again, this is the switch actuator, this is the switch, and this is the switch cam. When I talk to people on the phone, sometimes I call it the lever that goes against the micro switches. But we're going to call it the switch cam. That's what its proper name is. Okay, if you look at the switch cam, there's a screw in the center. There's two ways of turning this. You can either turn it by hand, like this, but when you turn it by hand, this pin has to be pulled out. This is an electric brake. If it's not pulled out, and you try to turn it and it's pushed in, you can't turn it. It's froze up. So make sure this is pulled out. It should spring out. If it doesn't, take a small pair of needle nose pliers or regular pliers and just pull it straight out. Then you can turn it by hand, or you can grab an Allen wrench. This is a 5/32 screw, Allen screw. So you can take an Allen wrench and stick it in there like that and turn it clockwise. You don't want to turn it counterclockwise, okay? So clockwise. Again, just look at the clock and see the way it turns. So that's the way, okay? So when it's pushed down like this, you see what's all the way in the back? That's the inner cam switch, okay? And this is the outer cam switch, and this is when it's fully depressed, when it's pushing against the switch pot in the back of the micro switches. That switch pot, as you can see, it's right in the back. That has to be pushing all the way. That's the lowest point, and that's what you want. That either turns it on or shuts it off. Okay, and the same thing for here. Okay, and different commands are for different parts. The inner when it leaves the inner switch, that means it's going to grab the record. And as it puts it down and comes off the record, it pushes on the outer switch, which tells it that it's playing. Okay? So now we're going to actually do one on the mechanism itself. Here's the mechanism. This is the record mechanism we're using today. Now I'm going to reset this by hand. Okay? But again, you can do this by hand or you can do it by using a 5/32 Allen wrench. So again, let's just say this came down halfway and the switch is, see the switch? The switch is not fully engaged on the outside switch. It's not pushing down on the switch. It's in the middle there. So what now? You got an interruption. The power went out. You power it back up. The computer doesn't know where it is. Okay? On the record mechanism, you could get like an error 37, 38, or 39. On the CD mechanism, what will happen is it'll say out of order. Okay? So when you buy a jukebox and get it in your home, it might be in this condition where it's not the CD's laying on the player or the record's laying on the turntable, and it won't do nothing. You power it up, you try to, it won't do anything. So now you have to reset the gripper arm. So all it is you're going to take a 5/32 Allen wrench and turn it clockwise all the way, and keep turning it to the cam. The switch cam is depressing on the inside switch to its lowest point. That's the starting position. So now you see the record was put back and it's sitting off the record. It's in called a rest position above the record. Now turn the power back on. You should be able to operate your jukebox. If you can't operate your jukebox, you should stop there and call us, and we'll further help you diagnose things over the phone. Or you can set up a session with us on one of our off days where we can help you over the phone and set up an appointment. But that's all there is to it. So again, interruption in power can be caused by somebody shutting off the jukebox in the middle of playing a song, or you had a power outage in your house and the power came back on, and now your jukebox doesn't work. What you got to do? You got to reset your gripper arm. Okay, the gripper arm's down here. It's in the play position. Okay, and now the switch is the actual cam. The switch cam is actually off the micro switch, and it doesn't know where it is. So now you got to either turn this clockwise by hand, and then until it gets to the lowest point on the inside switch, which is the back. Now everything's reset. Turn the power on. Stop playing your jukebox. Basically, that's all there is to it. Again, you can turn this switch cam by hand, or you can use a 5/32 Allen wrench. It makes it a little easier to do it that way. Either way, again, you have to rotate that. If it doesn't move, come up here to the pin. See if this pin is sticking out. See how it's sticking out? That means it's in free. It's like a free state where you can do it. If it's pulled in, you can't do it manually. You have to actually get some pliers, pull it out, and then you can do it. Okay? That's all there is to it. Now, this pin sticks sometimes. And if you want to free this up, what you can do is you can take what I call contact cleaner and lubricant. This is made by CRC Industrial Contact Cleaner and Lubricant. Okay, it's a model. The model on the can is number 03140. Okay, you can buy this by MSC Industrial Supplies. You can order it over the phone, but it comes in 10-ounce cans. This can will last you for a few years. It's the greatest stuff they ever made. And what you do, if it's not freeing up, is you spray it in here. Spray it in there, and spray it in the back here. Spray it there again. Then you push it a few times, make sure it springs. That's all you have to do. So, that's all there is to resetting a gripper arm in a record or CD jukebox. I get calls on this procedure at least twice a week. And I usually spend 5 to 15 minutes with a customer helping them reset that gripper arm. So now, you can do it. You don't need to call me. So you're all set. So if you have any more questions or if you need more help, give us a call at A&B Jukebox Repair. My name is Bruce Wentworth. I want to thank you for being with us today, and we'll see you soon. Bye.